Most people believe that waking up several times a night to use the bathroom is simply a normal part of aging. They assume it's caused by a weak bladder, prostate issues, or just getting older. But what if I told you that one of the biggest reasons you keep waking up every night has almost nothing to do with your bladder itself? And what if the real cause is hidden in your daily habits? Habits that seem healthy, even recommended, but are quietly destroying your sleep night after night? I'm Dr. Michael Reeves, and for more than 2 decades, I've worked with older adults struggling with nighttime urination, bladder dysfunction, interrupted sleep, and chronic fatigue. Thousands of patients have sat in my office, frustrated, exhausted, and convinced something was seriously wrong with them. But in many cases, the solution was not medication. It was not surgery. It was not another expensive treatment. It was understanding how the body handles fluids after the age of 60. Today, I'm going to share 3 powerful habits that can dramatically reduce nighttime urination and help you sleep more deeply again. These strategies are backed by research, used successfully by patients around the world, and surprisingly simple to begin. And by the end of this video, you may completely rethink everything you've ever been told about drinking water. Before we begin, I want to ask you something. How many times do you wake up each night to use the bathroom? 1 time, 2 times, 4 or more? Leave your answer in the comments below. And if you're over 60, mention that too, because you are far from alone. Now, let's begin with number 3. And this one surprises almost everyone. Your kidneys follow a schedule. Most people think the kidneys work the same way all day long, like machines that simply filter water nonstop. But that's not how the human body works. Your kidneys actually change their behavior depending on the time of day. During the daytime, your body is active. Blood circulation is stronger. Hormone levels are optimized for fluid processing. Your kidneys filter blood rapidly and efficiently, producing larger amounts of urine while you are awake and moving around. But at night, your body shifts into conservation mode. A hormone called vasopressin, also known as antidiuretic hormone, rises naturally in the evening. Its job is to tell your kidneys to slow urine production while you sleep. This is how healthy sleep is supposed to work. Your body reduces urine output so your bladder can rest through the night. But here's the problem. If you drink large amounts of water, tea, juice, or other fluids late in the evening, you overwhelm this system completely. Your kidneys continue producing urine even after you fall asleep, and your bladder fills faster than your sleeping brain can ignore. That's why so many people wake up around midnight, then again at 2 a.m., then again at 4 a.m. It's not always disease. Sometimes it's timing. One clinical study involved change. She stopped drinking fluids about 2.5 hours before bedtime. Within 1 month, her nighttime trips dropped from 5 to 2. And for the first time in years, she finally started feeling rested in the morning. Now, here's something important. After age 60, the body naturally produces less vasopressin at night. That means older adults are far more sensitive to evening fluids than younger people. What your body handled easily at 30 becomes much harder at 70. And this is not failure. It's biology. So here's what I recommend. Pick your normal bedtime, then count backward about 2 to 3 hours. That becomes your fluid cutoff point. If you go to sleep at 10:30, your last real drink should ideally happen around 7:30 or 8 o'clock. And avoid caffeine or alcohol during that window, because both interfere with the body's nighttime fluid regulation system. Now, this next habit is where things become really powerful, because it changes not only when you drink, but how your body experiences hydration entirely. Number 2. Most people are hydrating backwards. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see in older adults. They barely drink water during the morning. Maybe 1 cup of coffee. Maybe a little water with breakfast. Then they stay busy during the day and suddenly realize in the evening that they haven't had enough to drink. So what happens? They start drinking large amounts late in the afternoon and evening trying to catch up. And unfortunately, that pattern is exactly what creates nighttime urination problems. Your body is designed to process fluids most efficiently earlier in the day, especially during the morning and early afternoon hours. During this period, kidney blood flow, hormone balance, and sodium regulation are optimized for high-volume fluid processing. In simple terms, your body handles water better before mid-afternoon. That means the majority of your daily hydration should happen before 2 p.m., not before bedtime. One research group studying adults with nocturia found that patients who consumed most of their fluids earlier in the day experienced dramatically fewer nighttime bathroom visits than those who spread fluids evenly into the evening. And the difference was significant. I remember one patient named George, a retired engineer in his 70s. He believed his prostate was causing all his sleep problems. But when we reviewed his routine, we discovered something fascinating. He drank almost no water before noon. Then after dinner, while relaxing at home, he would drink several large glasses of water, tea, and sparkling water before bed. His kidneys were being overloaded at exactly the wrong time. We reversed the pattern completely. Large glass of water in the morning. Steady hydration through early afternoon. Minimal fluids after dinner. 6 weeks later, his nighttime awakenings dropped by more than half. And he told me something I'll never forget. He said, "I didn't realize I was training my body to stay awake at night." That statement is incredibly accurate because your habits teach your body what to expect. Now, there's another important factor here. As people age, their sense of thirst becomes weaker. Many older adults simply don't feel thirsty in the morning, even when the body needs fluids. Then by evening, dehydration catches up with them, and they begin drinking excessively late in the day. That cycle becomes dangerous for sleep. So tomorrow morning, try this. Before coffee, before checking your phone, before turning on the television, drink 1 full glass of water, then continue hydrating steadily through the morning. By late afternoon, begin reducing intake gradually. And after dinner, switch from drinking freely to only small sips if necessary. This simple adjustment can completely change how your body handles fluids overnight. But now, we arrive at the most important concept of all. And in my experience, this is the one almost nobody talks about. Number 1. For many older adults, nighttime urination is not actually caused by the bladder. It's caused by fluid trapped in the legs. Yes, the legs. Let me explain. Throughout the day, gravity pulls fluid downward into the lower body. If you eat a high-sodium diet, sit for long periods, or have mild circulation changes related to aging, fluid begins accumulating in the tissues of the legs and ankles. Sometimes it's obvious swelling. Sometimes it's so subtle you barely notice it. But when you lie down at night, gravity no longer keeps that fluid in your lower body. So what happens? That trapped fluid re-enters your bloodstream. Your kidneys suddenly receive a large wave of extra fluid to process, and within an hour or two of falling asleep, your bladder fills rapidly. That's why so many people wake up urgently needing the bathroom shortly after bedtime. It's not always because they drank too much water. Sometimes the fluid was already inside the body all along. Research has shown that reducing sodium intake can significantly decrease nighttime urination frequency in older adults. And this makes perfect sense, physiologically. Sodium causes the body to retain water. The more sodium you consume, the more fluid remains trapped in tissues during the day. Then at night, that fluid redistributes and overloads the kidneys. I once treated a woman named Margaret, who had struggled with nighttime urination for nearly 4 years. She had already tried medications and pelvic exercises with limited success. But when we examined her diet, her sodium intake was extremely high. Canned soups, processed meats, frozen meals, restaurant foods. We implemented 3 simple changes. First, we reduced sodium significantly. Second, we elevated her legs for about 40 minutes every afternoon. Third, we combined this with earlier hydration and an evening cutoff. 2 months later, her nighttime awakenings dropped from 5 times per night to once, and her energy completely changed. She told me she finally felt human again. Now, why does this become worse after 60? Because aging changes circulation. The veins become less efficient, fluid pools more easily, the heart pumps slightly less forcefully, and muscles move less fluid back upward during the day. All of this increases nighttime fluid redistribution. But there's good news. You can work with your body instead of fighting it. Here's what I recommend starting today. First, begin paying attention to sodium. Most people think salt only comes from salty snacks. Not true. Huge amounts of sodium are hidden in bread, canned foods, sauces, deli meats, frozen meals, and restaurant dishes. Reducing sodium even moderately can make a major difference. Second, elevate your legs in the late afternoon or early evening. Just place a pillow under your calves while resting for 30 to 45 minutes. This allows your body to redistribute fluid earlier, while you're still awake. That means your kidneys can process it before bedtime instead of during sleep. And third, combine all three strategies together. Earlier hydration, evening fluid cutoff, lower sodium, and leg elevation. That combination creates a powerful effect. Your kidneys process fluids when they are most efficient. Your bladder stays calmer at night, and your sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. Now let's bring everything together. Number 3, stop large fluid intake 2 to 3 hours before bed so your kidneys can slow down naturally overnight. Number 2, drink most of your daily fluids earlier in the day when your body is designed to process them efficiently. And number 1, reduce sodium and manage fluid pooling in the legs so your body isn't secretly flooding your bladder while you sleep. These are not extreme interventions. They are not expensive, and they do not require perfect health. They simply work with the biology of the aging body instead of against it. And that's the key, because aging does not mean your body is failing. It means your body needs different support than it did decades ago. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments which strategy you plan to try first. And tell me honestly, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to sleep and nighttime urination? Your story may help someone else realize they are not alone. Take care of your body, protect your sleep, and remember, sometimes the smallest habits create the biggest transformations.